Hello, and welcome to another episode of Walt Disney's Legacy Collection. Today's episode is not only a 6 VHS feature, but this one's a 12 episode feature of The Wonderful World of Disney. And they are, and I'll present them in chronological order this time: Flash the Teenage Otter, Yellowstone Cubs, Run, Appaloosa Run, 101 Problems of Hercules, Dad, Can I Borrow the Car, Fire on Kelly Mountain, Adventure in Satan's Canyon, Runaway on the Rogue River, the Bluegrass Special, 3 on the Run, Race for Survival, and The Hunter and the Rockstar. These are the ones that were first released to video cassette around 1985, and they were re-released to video cassette in 1993, so these are actually the 1993 video cassettes of these double feature episodes. Now then, but out of all these, there are only 3 of these episodes that first came to theaters before their debut on television. The Yellowstone Cubs came to theaters on June 13th, 1963, and then it came on to Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color just a couple years later. And Flash the Teenage Otter aired on television on April 30th, 1961, as a part of Walt Disney Presents that aired on ABC. Yeah, I remember this was the same year as Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color came in. It was September of 1961 when that happened, and that started with the first episode starring Professor Ludwig von Drake. In which case is the previous episode of this series, if you may recall. Anyway, then of course, Run, Appaloosa Run came to theaters on July 29th, 1966, before making its debut on television just years later. And the 101 Problems of Hercules aired on NBC as part of Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color on October 16th, 1966. Then, Dad, Can I Borrow the Car first came to theaters on September 30th, 1970, and this was narrated by Kurt Russell. As a matter of fact, this episode made its television debut years later as a part of The Wonderful World of Disney. See, it was right around 1969 when the series title has changed from Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color to The Wonderful World of Disney. Then The Hunter and the Rockstar aired on CBS on February 15th, 1983. See, it was right around that year or a couple years before when that title has changed to Walt Disney. But even before that, it was right in 1979 when Disney's Wonderful World was that title. Now then, Fire on Kelly Mountain aired on NBC as a part of The Wonderful World of Disney on September 30th, 1973. Then so did this next one, Adventure in Satan's Canyon, on November 3rd, 1974. And then, of course, 3 on the Run aired as part of Wonderful World of Disney on NBC on January 8th, 1978, as did the next episode, Race for Survival, on March 5th, 1978. And then the Bluegrass Special aired on the Wonderful World of Disney on NBC on January 8th, 1978. And then, of course, so did that last one featured right there, Runaway on the Rogue River, on December 1st, 1974. Well, anyway, let's take a look at all of these before we go. We'll start with this one. All right, we got the front cover right there. Here's the side. Here's the back. It's pretty much the same as the 1985 video cassettes of these great episodes. Here's another one. And you know, confidentially, this is one of the best primetime television shows ever been done. Because this was one of the ways Walt Disney wanted to present Disneyland, was through television. Anyway, here's his next volume right here. But confidentially, according to the historians of Walt the Man Behind the Myth, some of the producers were scared stiff of television because they thought it was just people sitting at their houses watching television for free. But this was a great promotion for Disneyland, so they were mistaken about how television was. Because it actually helped Disneyland, the park. Well, here's his next volume. And of course, thanks to that, we've gotten the television networks, ABC and Disney Channel, Disney XD, Disney Junior, and many more. Anyway, here's this one. Well, that's the end of this episode. And I will see you all on the next ones. So long.